Oh, you got your Botox done in TJ, huh? That's why it looks like that. Or you feel like Colombia, Mexico are like one of the best countries to get it done at, or the U.S. itself is the most safest?
I don't know if Mexico's like Botox is FDA. Like I wouldn't jeopardize my body. I mean, that's just me. But they would have to be a registered nurse or an NP. And then after that, like get into a course. So that way they are able to be trained for the aesthetics, like in the anatomy on the face, how to inject. And
How's it going, bro?
Estamos bien. I like the For the Culture right now, bro.
It's looking good, bro. It's looking good.
How you feeling today, Dan?
Hey, man, I'm feeling blessed.
We're right here at For the Culture, Inland Empire, DTB times KO here. Inland Empire, we here, yo. Brought the DTB podcast over here. We got a few interviews ready, lined up for y'all. It's fire. Yeah, remember, go check out our YouTube channel, subscribe, follow, turn on your notifications. Make sure you stay tuned for this special segment, For the Culture times DTB Podcast. Season 2 coming soon. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the DTB Podcast. We're here live at For the Culture. We're bringing another special guest into our platform. We actually have a beauty expert. Before we get into this episode, we want to pass it up to our co-host.
We back again, another episode here at For the Culture for the DTB Podcast in the city of Ontario. We got Yarira, founder and owner of All Aesthetics Care with the K. I'm excited for this one. How you doing, Yarira?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Great. And just to make it clear, it's not Yadira with the D, it's Yarira with an R.
Yeah.
That's right.
How unique is that, Diego?
Really unique. You know, I was telling you, I thought that was a Latino name, but it's good to know that it's actually Portuguese, you know?
That's correct.
And you were telling us a little bit about your background, so can you share a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So my dad is Brazilian and also like Dominican. My mom's Mexican, so I do have a culture, like, you know, nice little.
Yeah, you'll be eating good then, huh? Like, you like, do you have that? Is that still alive in your culture right now?
Yes,
in
it
your
is.
life?
Yeah.
What's your main plate, like from the Dominican side?
I would say like arroz con frijoles negros.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Not like congri?
I believe so, yeah.
It's like congri a little bit? Okay, that's
Okay.
Cuban.
That's
so I'm
Cuban.
wondering, like, almost all those foods like that are a little similar.
like Peruvian too.
Yeah,
right?
because I'm Guatemalan and we have frijoles negros con arrocito, and you know, it's just a perfect combo.
Correct.
My best friend's from Guatemala, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, Rhea, so thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Today we just want you to share your story. We want you to promote your brand. Like I was telling you earlier, this is an unknown industry to us, right? The beauty industry, we don't know too much about it. So I think today you're going to help us understand it a little bit more. So tell us about your journey, how it began, and how you got into the beauty industry.
Okay, sure. So I did start this industry 4 years ago. I started as a body contouring specialist, and then from there, I met up with my amazing medical director 2 years in, and that's how I expanded to the aesthetics. I've always been like really interested in the beauty. Like I love to enhance everyone's unique how would I say, their skin texture, their body, anything that makes anyone feel self-conscious or anything like that.
And why did you go towards the body more towards the hair and all that? What was that? What was the determining factor for that?
Well, I was more into always being fit. I used to play soccer a lot. My dad was a professional soccer player.
Wow.
So I just felt, he played for America.
What's
so
his
I'm
name?
Nah, he played for
Jorge
America?
Loya, yeah.
Club América?
That's
de
right.
México?
De México.
¿Cómo se llama?
Jorge Loya.
Jorge Loya, damn.
What position he play?
He played defense right.
Right
Oh.
defense.
Yeah, he played with Pelé. He played for also Curbidores. Like, so he played for a bunch of but his main one was Club America.
Oh, so it was like in the 60s, 70s.
Correct,
around
yeah,
there.
60s, 70s,
Oh,
yeah.
that's dope. So
Interesting.
what were you playing?
I
What
used to
position?
always play center half and right half.
Okay.
Wait, so did your dad go to the World Cup and all that?
He did, yes.
With Pelé? When they won?
no,
Is your dad
no.
a world champion?
No, unfortunately, no.
No? Oh, okay.
Not with America. Well, Brazil was like really popular back then, so they
Oh,
would
I
always
see.
get defeated by what was the team? Brazil or no?
It was
Yeah,
Brazil, Argentina at that
Brazil.
time,
So, it was
Alemania,
no, it was more
and
Brazil.
Mexico. Mexico was right there.
No, but it was more like Brazil would always like.
That's really interesting to hear.
So you were into the body, right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
like taking care of yourself. And so you say you got into it 4 years ago, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I feel like you don't have a long time, but what was the biggest challenge that you faced?
The biggest challenge I would say is like finding the proper like injectors and someone that's like loyal, someone that is like very like honest with their patients, not just trying to upsell and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of competition out there.
Correct.
And what I love about my medical director is that he is very honest and he's very passionate. He has other 5 med spas, so like I feel like we both really connected in that. And then my master injector, Crystal, she's amazing. She's been doing this for over like 10 years, so she loves what she does.
So let's backtrack a little bit. What services do you specialize in?
So we do everything from injectable side, and now we just launched our new machine, which is Morpheus 8. So we're going to be providing laser, IPL. We're going to also do like vein, like anyone that has any vesicle veins, we're able to remove that.
Okay.
We're going to be able to do also like anything with pigmentation to remove it permanently, which is like the Forma and then also Luca.
Okay, so you're doing skin, body. You said injections, right?
Correct,
Like
yeah.
where are you injecting people, like in the face?
Like
or?
lip injections or
Yeah, lip injections. We also have the
Like
weight
Botox
loss. Yeah,
stuff?
Botox, lip fillers.
Okay.
We do all that. Yeah, and now we also carry the semi-glutide to help like get that nice fit.
Is there anything you guys cater to men, like for use possibly in the near future in the barber industry? You feel like that's something that's going to collide together soon, or is it more like towards women, or how can you best describe that?
I would say we could definitely collab because like the laser would be very beneficial, especially like if you're looking in the like this area, like the chin area, so that way you guys could get the nice cut. That would be something that I really believe could really collab with.
So you do the laser on the chin,
We could do that,
but what
yeah.
does the laser do to the chin?
It's just gonna remove the hair permanently.
Oh.
So that way the barbers don't have to keep going over and over with the razor.
So for example, I know one of the biggest fuzz is to be cleaning your neck
yeah,
constantly.
the laser will help that. It's really good, and
Interesting.
it leaves it nice and smooth.
So these procedures, do they have to be practiced at certain like suite studio away from like hair falling everywhere, or can it be performed in the barber chair, or does it have to be in a separate room?
It would have to be in a separate room. So here in California, it is a mandatory for like the nurses. So everyone that's injecting has to be a registered nurse or even a nurse practitioner or a doctor. So no one else could be able to inject or even do the laser.
Interesting.
So how did it happen that you went into managing the business compared to being a nurse?
So I'm not currently a nurse. So I'm actually going for that.
still-
So right now I only have my bachelor's just in like business.
Okay. Oh, so that's why you opted for the business side of it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the nurses to work for you?
Yes.
Man, that's awesome. How did that come about?
So it just first started first getting in touch with my medical director, because in order to get a med spa, you do have to be under a medical director, like an
Okay.
actual doctor.
And how did you find that doctor? Where?
Just a mutual friend.
Okay, but is it like, what does a doctor specialize in?
So he's the one that actually oversees us in everything. Like he has to write the protocols, how to inject, make sure that we're doing everything like the guidelines that California requires.
Oh, okay.
So he comes. We're always in the meetings. He comes to the shop. We're like constantly doing like office meetings. Making sure that everything is like regulated.
Okay, and the services that you're doing right now, what are the price ranges right now? I'm thinking it's expensive. I don't know why.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. So it just depends. So like if you're looking into like we do a lot of gentlemen like facials. Like so that one starts at 150, and then we do like lip fillers. That one's at 600.
For gentlemen?
Yeah, we've done gentlemen as
Okay.
even lip fillers as well. Yeah.
Okay, and then what's the next one?
And then the next one, like after the lip fillers, we could do like IVs, like for hydration. Say if you're ever hungover.
Yeah, I see that a lot now.
Yeah.
For
So that
real?
one,
That's
that.
a thing?
Bro, like, what's the ticket price for like a day after a hangover and you're just like you want to get back in action because you got work or you got an event to be at? What's
So,
that price range for
that
something
one right
like
now,
that to
we
bring
have
you
it on
back to
sale.
life?
That one we have it on sale right now for $179.
Oh,
so
okay.
it does range like regular prices like $300 to $350.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
because there are multiple vitamins. It's not just like an IV,
Yeah.
that you're just getting hydrated. No, so it really does help, and you feel like right away, like because I've done.
So we're hungover and we hit you up. We'll be good like in the next 30 minutes or whatnot.
Yeah, 45 minutes actually.
45. Oh, nice.
But you offer the service like same day service too, like for that?
So we are open like Monday through Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and then
Because I'm
Sunday,
thinking
yeah.
like imagine scheduling your
hangover kit, like-
yeah, your hangover kit, because you already know you're gonna get hangover this day, so you schedule it for Friday or something. But if you could just walk in, it does
Oh,
make
no, yeah.
sense. Yeah.
So
okay.
what do you guys target as far as like how would you sell like the IV that it just doesn't consist of curing hangovers? What would someone else like you live your normal life, you don't even drink or anything like that? Would you still be able to use that for vitamins and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, or is it just mainly to kind of bring you back to life?
No, we also do a lot of IVs. Like for like the most popular one is the Myers cocktail. So that one's just to help just give you the nice hydration. Then we also have like the Inner Beauty. So like it gives you like the B12 that gives you the energy. It also has the glutathione that which helps like enhance your skin as well.
Oh, okay.
So it has a lot of vitamins. So it's not just for hangovers. It's really known for that, but we have various type of like IVs there.
Interesting, very interesting.
I saw a barber, Pablito Best Hands.
Yeah.
He was getting Botox right here in his eyebrows.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think his forehead too, and then his
For like wrinkles, right, on
for
your
wrinkles.
forehead.
Yeah. Correct.
It helps with that, yeah.
Okay.
Guys do that a lot. We get a
Okay.
lot of gentlemen for that.
That's interesting. I
Hey,
think only
just real
girls would
quick,
do that.
looking at me, where do I need Botox at?
It would be on your 11s. This
Right
area,
here?
yeah.
Why?
Because you have already like a little line right
Like
here.
these lines that come out, huh?
Yeah.
Ah.
So just always make sure. So this is something that my nurse, our master injector, Crystal, is always saying. Make sure you're wearing your glasses every time you're like driving anywhere like that. There's like sun to
Oh.
avoid that like us, like kind of like doing that little angle.
Oh, okay. What about for the nose? Do you have any service for the nose?
So yes, we could do the neurotoxin like Botox to help it like define, but we don't do any type of fillers in the nose. And let me tell you why. So
Why?
there's a lot of med spas that do that, but even our doctor, Dr. Charles, is always saying it's very skeptical because there's a slight chance that you could actually be permanently, like you could lose your sight permanently.
Your what?
Your sight.
Yeah, you could
your
become
eyes?
blind.
Oh, shoot.
Permanently. And a lot of med spas don't say that. They have it in a small little print, but we're very honest. Like, so that's what we always try to educate our patients, and we tell them, hey, we don't provide nose fillers because that slight chance, it's something that is not reversible.
Yeah.
So the nose fillers would be to like define your nose better?
Correct. Yeah, to
or-
define it, or like people that have like say like little bumps, just to kind of like give it a nice little shape.
To give it a better shape so it doesn't look like there's a bump there,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Interesting.
But you could lose your sight. I would not risk that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of liability in that field,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
So you say you got the facials, you got the lip fillers, then you got the hydration. What's like in the higher price range right now?
It would be the Morpheus 8.
The Morpheus,
Yeah.
can you elaborate on that?
So that one's like a actual microneedling RF. which is radio frequency. It's gonna help tighten the skin, but it's also gonna help with a nice like rejuvenation as well.
Okay, and where's that done, in your face or like?
It could be done in your body and also in your face. Yeah.
Okay, how much? What is that one going for?
That one's going for $500.
$500.
Just one session, yeah. But we're having really great promotions right now. So
Oh.
if
How
anyone-
many sessions? Depends, I guess, on anyone, right? But normally, is it like one session that you need, or 3 or 5?
with Morpheus 8, it's recommended at least 3.
At least 3.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you get 100% results. Like, that's it. And you don't have to do any type of retouch until like a year, maybe even 2 years.
But I'm guessing you have to. You can't just get it and then just not have a diet, right? Or
Oh, correct. Yeah. It's
you
like
gotta
with
maintain
everything
it.
else. Yeah.
Like maintain your body.
Correct. Yeah.
So there's a lot of maintenance that goes behind after even getting the service. Like let's say you were talking about that machine that you put in your stomach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys also educate them, your clients, on that particular
course,
area
yeah,
too?
we always do.
Okay, you guys promote like fitness and a good diet.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, because there's no point of just getting it right.
No,
and then-
yeah. It's like everything else. Just like we always try to explain, like when someone goes and gets a like liposuction, we always try to tell them, you gotta maintain, a healthy lifestyle. If not, you're going to gain weight again.
Okay.
And the same thing with this type of like, a treatment with the
Yeah,
Morpheus.
yeah. So, Yarida, what was your biggest challenge when launching this business? What would you say was your biggest challenge?
Trying to find the proper marketing team, I would say, so that way like people could kind of like realize, hey, we're out here, we're a new med spa, and just really making sure that people like were able to notice us or notice me.
I would think it would have been like the legal side or the medical side. Like,
No, because
no?
as long as you do everything proper, you should not have to worry about anything like that.
Did you have to do a lot of research on the guidelines, policies, and protocols? Did you?
Oh no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
I have a lawyer, like we have a malpractice insurance, like everything gets like taken care of. So
Okay.
I don't have to worry about in that perspective.
Okay. That malpractice insurance, is it expensive or is it?
Oh yeah.
It's really expensive,
It's-
right?
Yeah, you're
but
looking
it's
at
useful,
almost like
right?
15,000.
But you need it, right?
Oh, always, yeah.
Always.
You
Okay.
cannot practice. Well, I mean, I wouldn't practice. I would not jeopardize my business if I wouldn't have it.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I saw one of my friends from high school. She was actually doing lip fillers at her house. And
I
was
see
just-
that. I see that a
You
lot.
think that?
Actually.
Yeah, yeah, but-
like people promote like on Facebook Marketplace and
Yeah.
they might have their garage set up nicely and stuff, but it brings me back to a question that I wanted to ask you in regards to like barbering has state board protocols that we have to follow and all that. And do you guys have like some type of state board that comes to regulate your location and making sure that all your paperwork's up to date, nothing's expired, and everything's good to go for the clientele for the most healthiest outcome?
Oh no, yeah, definitely. That's why we always try to educate everyone. Like everyone has a freedom of choice. They could be going to like someone's like garage or someone's like house, but we always try to let them know, make sure that, and it's an actual registered nurse injecting you, and that the product is FDA. So we only use FDA. Like you get like so many people coming to our med spa like, oh, I got injected. What did you get injected? I think, and we're like, okay, like, do you have the med spa? So we could call them. So when we give treatments there's always a lot number. So anyone that may have any questions, they could always call the state board, and they're still able to verify that. So everything is always like marked, and it's always like regulated. So that's the good thing about being like doing everything legitimate.
Yeah. What was the worst case that you've seen, like someone walk into your business like, hey, I just did this and this went wrong?
The worst one is like, well, we've seen a couple, like a lot of migration of like the lip filler.
The lip
And
filler, right?
again, they've done it at someone's like garage, and you're seeing something like really drastic, like that we have to dissolve it. And the worst part is that sometimes we have to even tell them like, hey, sometimes if you don't know if it's a real filler, we can't dissolve that. So there's nothing that we could do about that.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, is that dissolvable? Like,
If
once,
it's-
because I'm not gonna lie, like, it's not even too bad. But I seen some girls that like look like this, like if someone punched them in the face.
Like
bro.
I did the Kylie Jenner suction cup
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah, it's just too much. But I'm like, damn, can she retract from that? You know?
No, if it's fake filler, I mean, who knows? because fillers are supposed to be hyaluronic acid, so it should be able to dissolve, especially if it's FDA. That's why we always try to educate it.
And that's why they have like weekly checkups or monthly. They come in monthly, right, for it because it dissolves.
For the dissolve, it only just takes 2 weeks for it to be like completely done. But like for fillers, you don't need to have touch-ups. It's usually after like every year, 2 years, depending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard once you do it one time, like get Botox or lip fillers, it gets so addicting, kind of like tattoos, that you want to, find places to add a filler into or get injections on it.
I mean, yeah, it could be addicting, but I mean, it also just depends on the place. So like our nurses, honestly, like we have told people, you don't need no more fillers. Like you're beautiful, that's it. We reject them. And it's not that because we don't want their money. Of course, everyone.
Yeah.
But we rather be honest and like rather just not mess with their face because they already look beautiful. Like, why?
What's like the rule of thumb for that, to shy somebody away in the proper way?
In the proper way, we just let them know, like, hey, you look amazing. Like, you don't need filler. Like, and then we kind of like make sure that we address them, like, hey, look, you have a nice cheekbone already. Your lips look great. You don't need anything.
Do you do that stuff yourself?
No, because I'm not a registered nurse. But I
No,
have,
like, have you got it done on yourself?
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
do a lot of like. So I use Jabot. That's like my favorite one because we carry 3. We carry Botox, Dysport, and Jabot. And I like Jabot because I feel like it's more like natural and it's not so heavy set.
What do you mean by heavy set? Like you could see like it's too stiff or
No,
what?
you just feel it like heavy, like that to the point that you have to like kind of like raise your eyebrows. It's like it's a different feeling.
Oh, okay.
And that's what Botox did to me, and I didn't like that. So then I tried a different neurotoxin because there's so many neurotoxins out there to help with that, like fine lines and wrinkles.
That's really interesting. Honestly, I how long does that industry have?
Oh, this industry is probably more than like, I'm gonna say like 40 years.
40 years?
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
Well, Botox has been out for over 100 years. Just think about that, since 1805,
Wow.
dude. Yeah, that one's been like the longest.
Wow, that's a really long time.
Yeah.
So en el tiempo de los picapiedras ya había Botox.
So, a ver, ¿quién se va a inyectar para que nos inyecten?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's really interesting because I started seeing more man. I was actually watching. We're watching the Georgina show. Have you watched it by any
No.
chance on Netflix? It's Cristiano Ronaldo's wife.
Oh, okay.
But when I was seeing the show, I was like, why is her face so perfect, bro? Like, she just looks so perfect. Cristiano Ronaldo's face looks so perfect too. And they did mention it a little bit that she uses that. Like,
Oh, that's good.
That's what they use to stay update
that's
and to
good,
keep
yeah.
their image.
I
right.
don't understand. I mean, this is another thing that I really like disagree is like when people try to hide that. I mean, we should not be ashamed of that. It's okay. We're all gonna be aging, and that's fine. But I'd rather just age gracefully, like little by little. Like if I could
Right.
look a little bit good still at a like older age, why not do it?
Correct,
So
correct.
it's like not to bash on J-Lo or nothing, but like for her to be like, I only do my makeup or I only do my. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah,
now
J-
that I'm in this industry, I'm like, liar. I used to buy all your stuff. I'm not gonna do that.
Like J-Lo and Sofia Vergara. Sofia Vergara looks still like pretty young, but I don't know if she's open about that.
I haven't heard.
Yeah. So, what's the biggest backlash that you get for your services?
I mean,
Obviously, it's not from clients; it's from people outside. But what's the biggest backlash that you get?
I mean, I can't really say. Like, I don't think we have any. I mean, there's a lot of like, also like, discount shoppers that love to come and like, well, this shop does it cheaper, and we're like, hey, we're gonna give you guys the best customer service. So
Okay.
I think it's more like the price, but we try to be very competitive. But it's more about customer service and getting that great experience. So
Yeah.
we're here to like really provide that great service.
Yeah.
for everyone.
Correct. So, you said you have a marketing team, right? You're
Yeah.
marketing on Facebook, Instagram.
Correct.
But who are you targeting specifically?
We target everyone.
Everyone?
Yes.
You don't have like a certain income people, like income bracket that you're...
No, definitely not.
Oh,
This is for
okay.
everyone.
Okay, so-
Men, women, and children as well.
And do you feel that your prices are more on the affordable side or more like in the luxury?
No, affordable,
More
definitely.
affordable? Okay.
So we have for everyone. I feel like we have for very affordable, and then it could be pricier, in certain like categories, like Morpheus 8, but you're looking at like, really top notch. It's like one of the best treatments.
Yeah.
out there.
Okay, awesome.
What I do hear a lot is like, not the backlashing, but I do see them categorize like, oh, you got your Botox done in TJ, huh? That's why it looks like that, or your body, or whatnot. Because like for us, I know like people that want to get a new hairline or anything like that, they fly a lot to Turkey, and that's like the #1 country
For hair transplant.
For hair transplant and all that stuff. And on your industry, do you feel like Colombia, Mexico are like one of the best countries to get it done at, or the U.S. itself is the most safest?
I mean, there are a lot of great injectors. I mean, I do know like 2 of them, even in TJ, but I just really go back on like making sure that it's FDA approved,
Right.
I don't know if Mexico's like Botox is FDA. It might just be FDA out there in their country, and you just never know. This is something that you're literally putting in your body. Like, I wouldn't jeopardize my body. I mean, that's just me, but I mean, everyone. But it's like there's great surgeons even in Mexico and Colombia, just like there's also great like surgeons here. So it's
Correct.
just everyone's preference. I would say.
Yeah, I feel like in this industry that you're in, like you said, there has to be a lot of integrity, right?
Correct,
Of the
yeah.
products that you're using
Oh,
on your
yeah.
clients. Did you ever, like in the beginning with your group, like did you guys have a malpractice or something went wrong with one of the clients that you guys were able to fix?
No, thankfully no. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Damn, yeah, because it's basically like, I feel like the legal service right there is active, because these girls might not like their eyebrows. They might not like how their cheeks looked afterwards, So my question would be like, what do you do in that case? Like you did the service and they're still like not satisfied because it didn't turn out the way they wanted it to be.
Well, we always do explain to them it's not a guarantee that we're going to be able to achieve an actual like great result, but we're definitely going to always like try to aim to that, and we always disclose everything. We always give them a consent form and like really just be very transparent, And like I mentioned, Crystal, she's our master injector. We also do training courses there. Like our doctor trains other nurses that are very new in this industry and that want to expand on their like nursing skills. So they have like really great already experience. So definitely luckily Crystal has been amazing.
Dope. Can you elaborate more on the consent form? Because I had an actor. He sent me a DM and he wanted me to bleach his hair, and he told me, hey, I'm coming out on the show, but I need you to sign all these contracts, and I feel like he was trying to scam me. Or it was new to me, right? So I went online quick and I created a consent form. But does that really protect you from liability once they sign that paper?
I mean, so the way we did it at my medical spa, like I had my lawyer read over through all that. So like I would just suggest for you to get someone legally to go through all that and make sure that it is up to date with the state and that it's following the regulations in the barber side. Like for us, we have guidelines on the medical and the aesthetics part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think I went to a class and he said every time you're gonna do color, make them sign the consent form saying that the color might not come out as perfect as they expect it to be. But I haven't done that, but that's my next goal. Like, I want to write a consent form.
Oh, no, yeah, that's really good, though. You always want to cover yourself. Even the smallest little thing. That's one thing our medical director was always very straightforward. Like, make sure you cover on all the edges. Like, don't let no, like, little edges, like, out. Even though you might think they're, like, the minimal, or, like, you're like, oh, it's not that important. Believe me, there's always one person that's never going to be satisfied. And at that point, it's like, I'd rather not, like, lose my licensing or my business for something so small.
What are some steps that someone has to take to get in this industry? What are, like, if you could break it down as simple as like 5 steps, what were the 5 steps you took?
Okay, so not myself yet. I'm still going to school for that, but they would have to be a registered nurse or an NP, and then after that, like, get into a course. so that way they are able to be trained for the aesthetics, like in the anatomy on the face, how to inject. And then from there, just kind of like, open the doors to a lot of like different opportunities.
But that's more on the nurse side, right?
Correct.
What about like in your position, like to run the business like that?
Oh, to run the business?
Yeah.
I mean, well, definitely, you don't need to have like any kind of like degree, but it's always good to have some type of background, to kind of guide you in how to financially start and build a business. But definitely a lot of patience and like just be honest. Like, I've always been very slow in everything and making sure that I'm not in a rush. This is my pace. I might start slow, but eventually, as long as I'm doing everything right, my dad always said, don't be cheap on your products. Siempre haz todo bien. Porque el que comienza bien, termina bien. Y el que comienza mal, termina mal. And I've always had that in my mind. So I've always said, like, if I'm going to do something right, I'm going to do it since the beginning. Like, even if I have to invest a little bit extra.
And I had a question as far as the products that you guys use. You know how you kind of go based on, like, FDA products, if they're FDA approved, right? Are the products that you guys use are made in the U.S. or normally they're just get them from other countries?
No, from the U.S. So we carry like Allergan, which is like Botox, Juvederm, all those brands, and then we also carry Galderma, which is like Restylane. It's like Kiss, that's really known, or the eye light from like the under eye.
Yeah.
And then now we also carry now Versa, which is also from Revenus, and that's another lip filler as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they're all made here, and they're all approved FDA from the U.S.
So FDA is the way to go then, huh?
Yeah, always safe. Yeah, definitely. Because if anything goes wrong, you have that lot number. You could call the state and be like, hey, I'm having this allergic reaction. They will take care of you 100%.
Interesting.
I had a case where a patient came in and she got cool sculpting. And she was like, oh, I got a lump. Well, guess what? She got surgically, she had something removed. Nothing came out of her pocket. And the state approved all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So these things, do you feel like it's only like cash currency that you can get to get these type of services, or can you go through like your health insurance to be able to get approved to get these type of services, or is it only you have to pay to get them? Would they ever be approved in that? Is there anything that you can use towards that?
So right now, because all this is considered like cosmetic, the insurance will not cover that. But we do, like in our facility, we do offer like care credit. We do give options, monthly payments. We also do the afterpay or the Shopify, like where they're able to pay per month. So we give them different options.
And the clients really practice that, or most of the clients just kind of want to pay it all off?
Some of them do the whole like care credit. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. What's the environment like? Because I'm trying to picture what it's like because I've never taken anyone or have my mom go or myself or anything like that step into such a environment like that. Is it more like a clinical environment or more like a beauty salon type of environment or a suite type of environment?
So it's more like, my facility is more like I would say like a beauty, like a med spa. So very luxury and very relaxing.
Interesting.
So everyone has their individual room where like for facials, it's more relaxing. It's like, you're like, oh my gosh, I love this. People go to sleep there. Now for the nurses, they have more of a like chair where they're able everything electrical. So they're able to still relax and do the proper services.
That's cool. That's cool to get in there and just, now I can picture it more of like a spa type thing, and it's catered to both men and women, right? Like
Correct,
facials and all that stuff to get in there, to be able to go like on a couple's date there would be a great place. If you want to let the audience know, where are you located exactly?
Okay, so we are located in the city of Upland off of Central and Arrow Highway.
And where can they find you on Instagram?
They can find us here at All Aesthetics Care with a K.
So before we wrap it up, Yadira, Dan wants us to ask you this question. What does For the Culture mean to you?
I feel like it means to me, like it brings all the industry, all the beauty and barber together, which helps us like all expand. Kind of working like as a culture, as a Latino culture.
Yeah, the Latino culture,
yeah,
right?
Which I really love, because I feel like there's not a lot of like, word out there for Latinos. I feel like it's more like Americanized. You know, they're like, hey, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Latina, and you know, small little business, but I mean, we're getting there.
Yeah, small little business, but it'll end up big. You know?
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're right. Like, there's not a lot of Latinos stepping up to the plate and wanting to play the game because as you try to play the game, I was talking to my sister and I'm like, when you enter the playing field, it's more complicated than we think. You know, now you need the finances. You need your finances to be right. You need a marketing team. You know, you need a project manager. Like, you have to step up, and it's complicated because we didn't have no one to teach us. We didn't know where to get the knowledge from. You know, so for you, would you recommend people to go to college? Because that was it's like a big controversy. A lot of people say college is a scam. Some people say that college doesn't really help you. But in your case, what would you recommend to people, to go to college, or did it help you at all?
It did help me. So I definitely do recommend college, you know, because there's nothing wrong to ever have education, you know? So definitely I do recommend that, but it's still up to like that person, you know. At the end, if they got their financial, like, you know, stability good, I think anything's possible as long as you're driven and you're just not a quitter. Like, I gotten a lot of pushback, but it's okay. Like, I'm like, no, I'm going to do it, and I'm very determined. Like, just like, let's go.
What college did you go to?
I went to University of Phoenix. It's a private one.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you went, you did business administration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I ended up doing business administration too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just felt that they didn't educate you to be up to date. It kind of like fell short. But like you said, any form of education is great, you know, especially for us. What I didn't like was that they left me with a lot of ideas, but not a lot of implementation.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like I knew about company culture and I knew about building a team, but I never really experienced it, you know, until now, you know. So how important was private education to you after college?
Well,
Like, you took courses and
yeah, I still took courses, especially like for the body contouring. Like, I just kept like, I don't mind, like, you know, keep studying and keep learning, because I always feel like there's always improvement, you know, there could always be an improvement.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome.
I just,
What's the future of your business? What are some goals you're trying to accomplish? Where do you see your business in the future?
so my goal is to open a second med spa, you know, a little bit closer to home, and, you know, keep running both of them. Definitely keep expanding.
So you can expand the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see a lot of men coming into your industry? Because we have like in the last 5 years, we had a lot of women coming into our industry. Do you see that in your industry?
Oh yeah, we've been seeing a lot of nurse practitioners, like men.
And they're
like,
men.
Yeah. So like our medical director, he has 5 other med spas, and one of them is a gentleman, and then he also has his own med spa, our doctor. So like, yeah, there's a lot of guys.
Is that where you're trying to be right now? Is that his position?
No, I'm trying to just become a registered nurse.
Just a registered
Yeah.
nurse. Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. And so that takes you about like 6 years?
No, that's gonna be about like 3 years. Well, 2 years now, because I already did 1 year.
Because you already did your 4 years, right?
No, I did already my prerequisites. Yeah,
Okay.
so now I'm just going into the nursing program.
Okay, awesome. Last question: if you could give yourself a younger self an advice way before you started this business, what would that advice be?
I would basically tell myself I should have started this way earlier than I did. Yeah, and saved up my money.
What?
Way better.
Why didn't you start earlier?
I was working for like a cell phone company, and I felt very comfortable. The pay was amazing. I used to work for Verizon, so
okay.
Don't shout out Verizon. I'm just kidding. No hard feelings, but
Okay.
yeah, like 13 years, and I just felt like, what happened, you know? But I have to say, they did pay for my education, so good for that. So.
Was it scary to take that jump?
No, at the end, no, not really. One day I was like determined, and I said, let's do it. And I just didn't even look back.
Awesome. So Yarida, thank you so much for sharing about your business, sharing about the industry. We appreciate you for taking your time doing this podcast, and we'll pass it up to KO to wrap it up.
Yarida, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you. I like the energy, the
Likewise,
vibe
thank
that you're
you.
giving us, you know. filling us in with all this knowledge that we had no idea even existed. You know, it's great to go back home and influence our people at home to actually recommend them to your office to come over and
Please,
get
yes.
that done.
You guys
know,
should
so I'm
come.
excited to come over, you know, meet your location, get it over there. But honestly, you know, our doors are also open for you. You know, whatever we can do to help your business, we like to keep that door open, you know, network, create something, make something great out of this. Kudos to you and everything that you got going on, and continue to strive for greatness, and good luck with finishing school and all that.
All right, thank you
Yeah.
guys. I really appreciate it. It was like a really good honor, and this is my first broadcast, so I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you did a great job. You did a
No,
great
you did
job.
a great job.
This was DTB for the culture times Awe Aesthetics Care. Make sure you go check us out. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Thank
Let's
you
go.
guys. Woo.
Have a good one.
Stay down, came up, God made a way.